Hello, my name is Stefan Wruck for GetWeb.org, and today I want to talk about composite maps using substance materials, about decals and map channels. This is what I want to achieve later on. You see this box? It uses a substance material, cracked plaster, and on top of that I have my decal, which is nicely blending in with the rest. So here's how I did this. This is what I have prepared so far. I have a plane and a box, and I have a daylight system set up. I'm using the mental ray renderer. This box contains no material so far, so the rendering would look like this. You can plainly see it's just a box with a gray material standing in the middle of an ocean. So now I'm gonna prepare my materials. First thing I do is I open the compact material editor to put a substance map on top of this box. So I'm choosing Maps, Diffuse Color, Substance. I load a substance, and in my case I take a texture substance. It's called cracked plaster. I think it's really great. I go to the map output selector to change what it does. I open the map itself, and here I can see what I can alter. So I apply this material now, and I change the age. I put it to 0.5, and I look at my object, but I can't see anything yet because I didn't switch this little button, which I do now. So here's my material. It's already looking pretty good, but I want it a little different. I'm gonna put a uvw-map modifier on it. Now normally whenever you start the uvw-map modifier, it alters channel 1, but I want to use channel 2 instead. So I put it on channel 2, and I have to have a look at my coordinates from my material and set those to map channel 2 too. Okay, so I'm going to use a box setup, and I'm going to use a square thing, which I prefer. So I use 3 meters by 3 meters by 3 meters. Now you can see that it's tiling a lot, which I don't like. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to the gizmo of my uvw-map, and I'm going to scale this until I like it. So that's basically what I like. I can collapse this now, but I'll leave it open for now. I'm going to rename this uvw-map to uvw-map channel 2. The next thing I do is I switch on etched faces to see how my object is built. I go to my editable poly, and I want to alter this very polygon having a decal on it. I'm going to close the compact material editor now and instead open the slate editor. So here's my slate editor. What I'm going to do first is put the material I just created as an instance here and have a look at it. Here's my substance material. It's going to a source map, and then it's going into the diffuse color channel of my default standard 2 material. I'm going to rename this material to cracked plaster 1. The next thing I do is create a new material. It's going to be a standard material, which I name cracked plaster with decals. Oops. I'm gonna create a map now, a standard map composite. I'm connect this output to the diffuse channel of the just created material. As the basis of this channel, I'm gonna use the source map output of this material. Now I'm gonna apply this material to the chosen polygon. And I'm gonna have it viewable in the viewport. Now I can see that it looks different, and that is because it uses a different map channel. Ach so. See what happens now. Okay, now I changed this to channel 1, and it's got the same settings. So I'm gonna have map channel 2 modifier on all of my polygons. Okay. Now I'm going back to my slate editor, and I'm gonna create a second level in my composite map. Second layer. I'm gonna just draw a picture I want to use in here. Then I can close my Explorer again. This one is just a JPEG bitmap. I'm connecting this with layer 2 of my composite material. And now here comes an important point. I open this, and here you can see the map channel. And to alter this differently than the stuff I did with map channel 2, I'm gonna have map channel 1 here, and later on connect this with a UV map that uses map channel 1 too. Another thing I don't want to happen is that this decal tiles, so I take the tiling option off here. Oh, and it shouldn't use real world scale. So this is what I did so far. Now I'm gonna apply this material to just one polygon, and you can already see something happened here. What I'm gonna do now is put a second UV map modifier here, and this one I'm gonna call UV map channel 1. And this should just be for map channel 1, which I just prepared in my material. I'm gonna have it as a box, and again I'm just using the gizmo to change its looks. In my viewport, in the nitrous, I don't know how to pronounce that, viewport, I see several of my decals. It's tiling, but it's not happening in the real world, in the render world. Okay. Next thing is I do a little test render of this. This is the test rendering I just did. What we can see is we're almost there. It's just that this thing still has a white background. So the last thing I have to do is go back into my material editor, into my composite map, I'm putting this from normal to multiply. I'm going to close this again. And I can even see that it's multiplying here. The only thing that is not shown properly is that this thing tiles and the background doesn't have the right UV mapping. So I'm gonna do another render of this. And now you can see that I have my decal where I wanted it, and the mapping behind it is right too. Now one last thing I can do to make this picture even better is open my slate editor again, and with the two materials that I'm using, which is Correct Plaster 1 and Correct Plaster with Details, I can use the specular, the bump map, and if I want to, the displacement map too, all from my substance material. I'm going to connect them now. I take the bump map of this, connect it to the bump map here, and also to the bump map in my second material. And the same with the specular map. Okay, and now I'm gonna have another look at it. And I think this looks even better. I hope I helped you with this little tutorial. I've been searching a long time for a solution to this. There's a lot of good things on the net, but I didn't find anything referring to this special topic. It helped me a lot. It's not ending here. I mean, what you could also do is have this substance map, and with the same method that we used here, you could have dirt and stuff applied to it, and still later on alter your substance map however you want it changed. And I think there's a million possibilities in this. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm gonna see you soon.